Hey guys, this week is going to be a busy and a rough one for me. I'm working about 4 different jobs and need my computer for 3 of them. The stupid thing froze. I'm currently having a revenge fantasy where I throw it into a ravine and then it apologizes to me and works normally, which I know that's not how the world works. So the stupid things videos are not going to be entirely consistent this week. Possibly next, we'll see. So while I wait for the stupid thing to load, I thought I'd maybe make some quick videos right now. One I have seen, I wanted to talk about the new Bob's Burgers episode. I do like the show. And one thing I really like about Bob's Burgers, funny thing is, it never makes me laugh hard, but it's always very engaging. The satire is very subtle, but interesting. I like the characters, and it's very clear that the family loves each other 100% of the time. I think it's a really charming show. It's still good after 10 seasons. And I have fun watching it. So this episode, I can't remember the title, because then my brain's all over the place, but Lauren Bouchard, the creator, said at San Diego Comic-Con, which I did not go to, I wish, that they were going to do a tribute to Nightmare on Elm Street. That's what this episode is. The plot of it, I can't remember, goddamn, I cannot remember the title, but the plot is that Tina makes fun of a dead pig in order to go on a hayride with Tammy, Jocelyn, Jimmy Jr., Zeke, and she feels so guilty about it. The dead pig comes to haunt her dreams, Freddy Krueger style. One thing that's really cool about the Bob's Burgers episodes is when they're doing movie parodies, it never feels like an overt reference. They never just throw in one reference, but they take the ideas of the plot and structure the ideas of the movie plot around their show, around their characters. That's what this one is. Oh, they have a tractor driver. They actually do go to the haunted hayride at the end of the episode. And the tractor driver's dressed like Freddy Krueger. It's pretty great. It's a nice visual reference. Subtle, but effective. And there's just so much to talk about with this. So this is not going to be a consistent review. It's going to be me going off the rails and not being very concise. It's going to be scattered. I really liked that Tina feels so bad for making fun of a dead pig. Usually this kind of story would be she's making fun of a person or her sibling or some human character that feels really bad about themselves, and then she feels guilty. I know this show tends to use the trope. This episode used the trope of the, oh, you did something bad and then it comes to haunt your dreams. I remember a lot of shows doing that trope in the 90s. You know, character does something bad and then they have a bad dream and then they make it right. And you kind of realize, oh, these bad dreams are just because they knew it was wrong to begin with and they're owning up to it. This one definitely has fun with the Nightmare on Elm Street theme, which is great. And it's because it's a dead pig and she still feels bad about making dumb jokes about it just to fit in with the cool kids. I really love about Bob's Burgers, I've talked about this before, but most characters outside the Belcher family are jerks. But they're still funny jerks. They're very unique jerks. Like a previous episode, they had Oversharon Karen, a woman who is very passive and tends to talk way too much, gives too much information about herself to the point where you're uncomfortable. The cast is full of very established comedians. In this Halloween episode, Tina, of course, the satire about this, what I liked about it is the way it talked about the subject of middle schoolers being jerks, and a lot of the times it's about trying to be cool and wanting to fit in. And particularly because they're making fun of everything on this haunted hayride. They're not having fun. They're just pretty much there to make out. But they have to talk about how lame it is. And then Tina finally says, no, this is great. This is all great. In her very awkward Tina way. It actually compliments the tractor driver on his good job while everyone else is being a little jerk to him. I thought it handled that subject really well because usually this kind of story would feel like an after-school special or after-school special or a very special episode. Don't make fun of people, don't make fun of things. This one went into more of the psychology. It knew the psychology of why kids do something like this, and I thought it treated the characters as characters, and it didn't try to talk down to you like a guidance counselor. You know what I miss, though, about Bob's Burgers? I kind of miss Louise episodes. I haven't seen an episode focused on Louise in a while. And she's my favorite character. I like Tina fine, and anytime that I like the school setting with those characters. Anytime Tina goes up against Tammy and Jocelyn, I always appreciate it, because Tammy and Jocelyn are really, really funny bully characters. They're very funny jerks. And I think it's more, I like the ideas of these characters, and I like how distinct they are. I like how they work off each other. The characters tend to work off each other very, very well, and they're always very distinct. And Tammy and Jocelyn are very love-to-hate characters. I don't know why Tina still likes Jimmy Jr. after all this time. I think she can do so much better. Still, though, good Halloween special. I'd probably watch this one a couple times more, because it's very, very creative with the dream visuals. I love the haunted hayride setting. Anytime, I love seeing a Tammy, Jocelyn, Jimmy Jr., and Zeke. I think they're very funny. I like Tina working off of them. And I really like the psychology of the episode, why kids make fun of things, and it definitely has a message of, hey, don't just bash things just to fit in, don't bash things just to be a jerk or to try and be cool. Appreciate things. It told the story in a unique way. I thought it had a good message, handled it in a nice way. Fun episode. Of the Halloween episodes, I think Full Bars is still my favorite. This one's up there. I would say this is up there. I'd say Full Bars is probably my favorite of the Halloween specials. That's where they go to the rich neighborhood and try to avoid getting pee-ballooned by some teenagers doing the happy haunt. Something like that. I also really like the one where the kids are trapped in a box because of a girl who's really obsessed with Louise, Millie. Millie's episodes are usually really interesting. I feel like if she was a recurring character, she would get old, but they use her enough times where it's interesting and it doesn't feel repetitive. I'd say this one I don't know if I like this one a little more than that one. I'd say Full Bars, toss up between the one where they're trapped in the box and this one, and then the other two, at least the ones I remember. The one where the family teams up to scare Louise at a haunted house. Oh, the one they had previously where someone's stealing the candy bars. That's another good one. So, middle of the road. And then the bottom one is the one where they go out and find the wolf. That's my ranking. Unofficial ranking. Happy Halloween season. I've stared at my computer way too long today.